Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chai with Gary. Gary, where are we headed to, man? And what's fucking going on?
Can't even cry, man. Can't even cry.
You know what?
Uh,
I
Tears
think
of
I want to
despair.
take this opportunity to kind of, we were trying to do the video, and I'm sorry for not uploading it. We had technical difficulties and stuff like that. But I
Yeah,
thought it started badly for us, and it kind of creeped into the team somehow. But it was
yeah.
all destined to be such a shit game. But talk to me about the game.
Uh, where to start? Okay, so lineup wise, we kind of predicted Dean Henderson was going to start. We kind of predicted that.
Yeah,
Back four was pretty much actually Tuan ZB was actually there, which is good.
for
Um,
Lindelof too, huh?
Yeah, Lindelof had a back injury apparently. And then midfield, man, it was a bit surprising. Van de Beek was there, Bruno was there, no Pogba.
No Pogba. We
Um, yeah,
yeah yeah
Matic was
no
there.
Pogba.
And who was the
We
other one? I forget.
we were talking about Matter probably starting
Meta,
as well,
yeah.
and he did start. Yeah,
Yeah, Meta started.
started.
That's the other
Yeah,
person I forgot. And
yeah,
Rashford and Martial.
yeah. Rashford and
But
Marshall.
yeah, look, I just want to go through like, okay, we started out really well. Like we were attacking pretty intensely up in their own half. And then for
Way too
whatever
intense.
reason, way too intense. And then for whatever reason, in 10th minute, we just decided, okay, you know what? We don't want to play with any more defenders anymore. Let's just all
Yeah,
bomb forward and
yeah.
leave Henderson exposed. And that was just, it was just, dude, if we played in the field, I don't think we would have considered that kind of goal. It was that bad a goal. Like pretty much we had Demba Ba, who's pretty much 35 right now,
Yeah,
retiree on the verge of retiring football,
yeah.
out muscled and outran
There was
Matic.
no one to muscle, dude. There was no one to muscle.
Why? I mean, why did we have Matic marking him, or why was Matic the last point of defense, and not someone like Tuan ZB? It was just so.
Or
It was just
or the wing backs, huh? Van Bissaka.
yeah, like one of them, someone who's fast. Like it was just
Mm.
like typical. I don't know. And then the second goal, oh my gosh! Like started off with a sloppy pass from Bruno to Mata, and Mata obviously miscontrolled it, and then it was just a counter attack. And Maguire goes for Dembaba. Like what you would do typically is you would shadow him, right? Because he's got to receive the ball. There's no need for you to go in and actually body check him at that point.
Yeah,
All Dembaba did was, he dummied the ball, and then he
dummy the
went
ball. Yeah,
to their winger, number seven. I can't remember his name, and he had an open goal. And the worst part is, if you go
yeah.
back and look at the replay of the goal, you will see that on our left flank, when as the ball came for the
There's
goal, there's just no marking there. There's no one
no,
there.
there's no one there.
Where was Luke Shaw?
This Luke Shaw's buying groceries, dude, from the closest Aldi. That's what he's doing.
Oh my
He's
god.
shopping for sales. Uh, okay. You know what? I don't mind them conceding these two. Yes, there were horrendous defending mistakes, but what I'm far more worried about is with so many attacking players, we didn't seem to have clear cut chances.
We had one
That's
shot on
what
target.
worries me
We had
more.
one shot on target for the second half, Chai.
What's happening? What's
One
happening,
shot.
dude? What's happening, dude? And this is what pisses me off the most. I don't care. You can leak goals, right? Defense is shit. We knew that start of the season. But our midfield is supposed to be creative. Our attackers are supposed to be, one of the better ones in the league, right?
Yeah.
So I remember having this conversation with a Liverpool fan, right? And he says, "Oh my God, you guys have like Greenwood, Marshall, and Rashford firing at the same time. This was just post lockdown, right?
Mm.
And then when we went through those run of games, and he's like, "Man, I'm a little worried playing you guys right now." Right?
Mm.
That's because there's so much pace, so much creativity, so much understanding between the three of them, and they kind of showed that. And Bruno wasn't there trying to be a glue, connecting the midfield to the attack. Right? I think The same guy today is calling me up and saying, "Ha, Istanbul, who Istanbul, who?" And
Bro,
I'm like, exactly.
this is the problem, right? Okay, Arsenal. When we went to Arsenal, when Arsenal came to Old Trafford, how did they set up to play? They just parked the bus, waited for us to kind of commit man forward, and then kind of hit
Yeah,
us on a counter attack. But Istanbul did the same thing, right? They
yeah,
pretty much second half the whole time they were pretty much in their own half. They're just waiting for us to commit people forward, and the
yeah,
Dembaba was the guy at the front who's basically
yeah,
waiting for the ball to launch a counter attack.
exactly. And
all all
this
all all teams need to do really is to just park the bus against us, and that's
exactly,
it.
exactly.
That's the
And
formula.
he
That's the
doesn't.
winning formula.
You know what the irony of all of this is? We did that to teams before last year. That's the irony of this situation.
There you
So
go, man.
if we don't score first and the teams don't come out, you can park the bus, hit us on the counter.
That's
Exactly
it.
what we've done to Man City twice. Exactly what we did to Chelsea last year.
Mm.
The first game of the league.
Us,
We've done exactly the same thing. They're doing giving us a taste of our own medicine, right?
yeah.
We have just lost. Let me put this in perspective. We have lost to a team that had Premier League players from 10 years ago, right?
Mm.
This is the reality of the situation. Skirtle, Dembaba, and uh, Rafa de Silva,
Yeah, Man
who's
United. He. We should
exactly
take him back. Can we take him back? Can we go to Istanbul and say,
he
hey,
was in our team title winning season
my God,
7 years ago.
look
What the
that
fuck,
was the quality then, and you compare it to the quality we have now. Where have our standards dropped?
dude? You know
That's
what?
the stark reality of where we are right now.
You look. To be quite honest, if I'm being very honest with you, if this team was managed by an authoritative person, now I don't know who that person is because we've tried Van Gaal, we've tried Mourinho, we've tried like the big personalities as well. But there must be someone who can tame these animals, right? And I'm no offense to the animals, but all I'm trying to say is it's so hard to get these bunch of people who are individually so good to play as a team.
Mm.
And Solskjaer is not a man to do it. I don't think he has the capabilities or caliber or the CV or anything to kind of make that happen. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. So people will want to pay for him because they can do whatever they want.
You know what? In the previous videos that we've done, I was, pretty critical of Solskjaer. I said it was not good enough and all that. And now, like, it's finally dawned upon me that he might actually get fired, like,
Yeah.
actually get fired if we
Mm.
lose in the next game.
Yeah.
And when I think about it now, I actually feel sorry for him. Like, I don't know, like, being a United fan, grew up, with
Yeah.
Solskjaer being in the team. We had this fairy tale where he would one day come and manage United, and one day take
Yeah.
us to, do something similar like what Zidane's doing, what Pep is doing, and be like a club legend.
Mhm.
But I really think that's not going to happen, and I think his times, yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
up very soon.
Look, dude, at some point he should realize he was in the team. If Ferguson was managing this team back in the day and we were 15th in the league and lost to Istanbul,
Hmm.
right? Let's replay the scenario. What Solskjaer knows how that dressing room would have been.
Hmm.
He knows. The problem is he's just not able to. He's not able to do anything. That's his lack of capacity. It's not his. I don't think he's walking in and saying, you know what, I wanted to be the long-term manager for United. I don't think he made that claim. He found himself in a position of right place at the right time,
Hmm.
and then he got the interim position. We should have just waited that season to give him the final this thing. I feel sorry for him, dude. I have nothing against the guy, but
Yeah,
look, no, everybody can't be Stephen Hawking, right? You just
yeah.
don't have the mental horsepower to
And
do
not
it.
everyone can be Alex Ferguson, right? I mean, that's fine. It's
Exactly.
fine.
Everyone has
But
their limits, and this guy's limits are being shown up over and over and over and over again, dude.
yeah,
If if you and I don't know, man. Look, there are personalities in in this squad, which I'm getting really frustrated with as well, right? I don't know. There might be internal cliques that have been formed. I don't know if they're listening to Solskjaer. I think there is one player who's, I think, I don't want to mention his name, starts with a P and ends with an A, right? There is that person, and he he probably doesn't want to be in United, to be quite honest. He's
Uh,
just, I don't know where the problem is. I don't know if the players are the problem, managers are the problem. He didn't get the squad. And
you
dude,
know
would
that I think the problem is we don't have enough leaders. I think that's the key issue we have right now. Like there's no one on the pitch who's going to carry out Solskjaer's orders to the T. And I think what's kind of happened right now is the players in this um, zone of maybe they're losing belief in Solskjaer's philosophy or whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
And I just think that whatever instructions is passing down is are not being carried out by the players. So I think it's reached the point where
Yeah,
I think
I I understand.
it's not going
Look,
to work.
there's a stark difference, Gary. Let's break this down and let's try to understand this, right? Player managers, right? Um, let's take a couple and dissect them to who they are, right? So, Lampard was a club legend in a in an aura where that is at least 10 times bigger than Solskjaer's aura was. And he has some credibility with the players because he's done it, he's won it, he's shown that he's won it, right? And he's done it day in and day out, day in and day out. That's one. Zidane is probably the world's best player, or was one of the world's best players. So people automatically respect him for the person he is. Now, unfortunately, Solskjaer is a legend, but
Yeah.
he doesn't demand the he doesn't command the respect that Roy Keane or Ferdinand, or the big personality, Distal Royce or the Cantoners demanded. He was never that big a personality at United,
Yeah.
right? He was a forgettable personality except for that goal that he scored, and he's always been known as a player who'll come off the bench and score,
Yeah.
right? He's like a olden Chicharito. That's exactly who he is. Unfortunately, Chicharito didn't score that
Winning.
goal, winning goal in the Champions League.
Yeah.
But he is that. He's never commanded that respect. Nor does he have a good CV coaching, right?
Yeah.
He's bloody gone and relegated a fucking club, dude.
Yeah. But I
So
tell you what. Actually, when you bring up the legends, I actually went on to I can't remember if it was BT or Sky Sports, one of them channels for the post match analysis. And man, I didn't realize we've got a comedian as a club legend. Paul
who's this
Scholes. He
now?
is an A grade comedian, man. Like it was so
What do you say about
funny.
Martial?
Yeah, because Bruno had a stinker. He didn't play well, but for Martial scored the goal. Although wasn't a winning goal or an equalizing goal, he still scored a goal. And yet Paul Scholes has the audacity to go and criticize Martial. Like this guy has no idea about football. I don't even know how he's played football for that many years, and it's just shocking.
I think people have their agendas, Gary. I think it's very clear. I think at this point, we have a very divided fan base. I think there are favoritisms in certain places, non-favoritisms in other places, and Marshall obviously finds himself at the wrong end of that thing because he's perceived to be lazy. But you know what? I try playing Rashford there. He tried, right? He tried during the Arsenal game. Cannot, right? Cannot. It's just I don't know. I don't know who we are anymore, Gary. I just fail to realize who we are. I don't know if you, me, and a couple of other people that we met at the local pub, just after a few will say, okay, you know what, man, tomorrow we'll be hungover. Let's have a kickabout. We all say yes. We go.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where the fuck they're playing. Nobody knows who plays where. It's very similar to what United is undergoing right now as well.
Yeah.
And before, Liverpool's gone through these ups and downs as well, and I understand that, right? But we today have a better squad than Liverpool during those struggling years had.
Yeah.
But the difference is they had Gerrard. We don't have a Gerrard. That's the difference. That is the difference.
Yeah. I just hope it
Bruno had
doesn't
a
take
stinker.
us. Yeah, Bruno had a stinker.
And have you seen this thing, and we've kind of discussed this in the previous this thing as well, and I want to get your opinion of this as well. I have a feeling when players come to United, there's a bounce, but the players
Hmm.
who create the bounce gradually deteriorate to the mediocrity we are.
Dude, that's
You,
yeah. I think that's a pretty common knowledge because Bruno came, he had the bounce. When
yeah,
Neve came, he had an initial bounce. I don't know now with less playing time. I don't know if he's going to maintain the same level.
yeah.
Matic
The
when he
Van de
first
Beek
came,
bounce was in a basketball court. That's the difference.
yeah, he was playing basketball half time.
Exactly. He's
Um,
fucking sitting on the bench. Might as
yeah,
well play
look,
basketball. But
the
yeah,
thing is, I just think that we don't have the key issue at United is like we don't have a good enough coach, a
yeah,
good coaching setup where we can carry people through bad form. Because when you've got players in
yeah,
a bad form, you can't rely on their brilliance. Instead, what you've got to realize is the system kind of helps the team perform. So the
yeah,
system carries the player. But unfortunately, we don't have that right now, which is
yeah.
the reason why when we go through a slump or someone's performing, they look worse than how they
Who they
actually
are right
are.
now?
You know,
Yeah,
so I think
dude.
look, as sad as it is, I think it's time for Solskjaer and his coaching team to go. I think it's only going to get worse. I think we've got Everton this weekend. Ancelotti is going
Uh,
to set his team up to park the bus because he would have seen our last two games. He's not a what do you call it? Uh, he's not someone new to management. He's been around the block,
he's done
long
it.
enough. He's done
He's
it
done it
all.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spring chicken. That's the word I was looking for.
Uh,
So he's he knows tactics. He will set up his team to nullify United and get a counter attack goal. So
Man, I think, look, and Goodison's never been a happy hunting ground for us
mm,
the last two seasons, right?
yeah,
Last season, anyway, we were lucky. I think it was Bruno's first open goal, I think,
yeah,
when
we
he scored
withdrew,
against.
right?
No, we drew.
Yeah,
And the last time they smacked us 4-0, right?
yeah.
4-0
So
or something like that, right?
we
It's
watched
not
that
been
game
a happy
together
hunting ground.
actually in
Yeah, exactly. It was in
London.
London too, huh?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I have this very. Uh, it's beyond anger. I'm feeling sorry for them. I'm
mm,
sorry. I'm feeling sorry for the coaching staff.
mm,
Look, we have to understand, yes, we had a shit transfer window, right?
mm,
But regardless, the transfer window doesn't feature in a game like this. It shouldn't,
yeah,
because you're playing against 35-year-olds. It
yeah,
shouldn't feature.
yeah,
The team as United should be good enough to beat these people,
yeah,
and we
for
just
sure.
failed to do it.
Mm.
And they scored the first two goals ever in Champions League as well. The first ever Champions League. We are the teams that'll, I think, we're one of those teams that'll give every other club records
We
these
we
days.
are breaking records, bro. Left, right, and center.
But where do you think it went wrong in midfield, dude? I don't know. I don't know where it went wrong, but I know we're staring at a 2-1 defeat, right?
I just think there's no coherence. I think people like I looked at the formation on paper, it looked okay, but when they were playing, it like people are all over the pitch. Like there was
Yeah.
no strategy, there was no positioning, there was no what do you call that? There's no framework on how they're going to attack and defend and things like
Yeah.
that. It was just 11 players on the pitch. You go and do your own thing, and then
Yeah.
go and get us a goal. Defend when you can. Like there was no
Yeah.
communication. There was. I just think he got the lineup wrong. It was just.
It's, man, it's either he's not coaching them well or they're not taking his coaching on board. One of the two reasons. And regardless of what the reason is, I think it's not working out. It's like a business deal. How much more patience do you think guys sitting
Mhm.
upstairs will have?
Yeah,
I mean, Jose
but
was fired for this.
yeah,
I think we lose at Everton. I think Ole is going as well.
and I think this international break that's coming up might be the catalyst that might push them to look at some new managers.
Yeah, of course, man. I think they'll. If he loses against Everton, I think a lot of people are talking about Christmas. I don't think they'll wait till
Ah,
Christmas.
no way, no way. I think it'll happen sooner than that.
Yeah, I think it'll happen sooner than that. It's either this will be the catalyst or that bloody bollocking will get against City. That'll be the catalyst. I think it's just,
Can't wait.
oh, man, we can't go.
Yeah.
We're relegation table. Closer to relegation, I guess.
Mm.
Um,
Find
I
out.
fucking don't know, dude. Fuck this. It's just disappointing, Gary.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
we've got more battles to fight or lose. This coming weekend, we've got Everton, so we'll do another match preview before the game, I guess. But until then, thanks for watching, and please hit a like on the video, and please stay subscribed to the channel if you're new. Until the next video, this is Chai with Gary.